Everybody, welcome back. Windy City Savage. I am the one and only Windy City Savage himself. Co-host, introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? It's SG3. How y'all doing tonight, man?
Alrighty, let's get into the news. Karrion Kross, is he out? Is he gone? Is he no more in WWE? Where is he going if that's the case? All these questions and more. Alrighty, so we did get the word yesterday that his contract did expire, and so we're not sure at all, like if he's actually gone. He did say, okay, so this is from his Twitter. He did say he's accepting bookings for the independence, circuit at this point. And so this Scarlett said, "Thank you WWE for everything you've done for me and all this other stuff. It's been a good ride." So it's like all signs are pointing that he's actually gone. But then last night he dropped an hour and 11-minute video. And
Bashing though.
I want to say
Well, he said like he was getting his frustration. Like, you know what, guys, this is why I left. This is why I couldn't get something.
Well, put it this way: he never said he left. He never actually.
Well, he said his contract expired.
He said his contract expiring, but he actually never announced his departure on the video. That's the one thing that if you watch, he never said, "Hey, I'm actually leaving WWE. My contract." He just says the contract is expiring. But he just never
said it's expired. Like, he said the contract is done.
Yeah, but he said that he never said he's about to leave. He never said anything. But there's more signs that it might be a work, because he did say in the video so many times is that this is the place I want to be at. Yeah, I don't want to be anywhere else. So it's tough to say if it's a work, if it's real, if it's fake. And if that's the case, WWE is going above and beyond because they cut all their ties with them.
They even put him to the alumni page.
Yeah, plus I think it's on their theme songs in Apple. They took out his theme song, which is odd. Like, they're really playing the part. So
just like they did with my Bobby Lashley, man. Damn.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy right now. So put it this way: if that's the case, I mean, all right. So let's just talk about it. If he's gone, what a big disappointment that would be. What a big downfall in general. Chop it up with Tony says, is it true? Nobody knows. I mean, right now, technically speaking, he's on Twitter. He did announce he's accepting bookings for the independent circuit. Scarlett confirmed that, she said, thank you very much. Thanks WWE for everything. But like I said, if you watch the hour-long 11-minute video, he never declared he's leaving WWE. He has frustrations with them.
Creative frustrations.
But he's never said he's leaving. And he does mention several times in the videos that this is the place I want to be. I don't want to go anywhere else. They did offer Karrion a new contract. Nobody knows for how much. Go ahead.
I think he did say that he was not happy with that contract, though.
And it could be that. And they could still be working with another contract for the meantime, though. He might be out. There was actually stories and stuff saying that last week he was supposed to be on Raw, but creative told him last minute, you know what? Your flight and all that, we're going to cancel it. Just stay home, So it's kind of concerning. It really is. And if WWE doesn't re-sign him, they're going to drop the ball on Karrion Kross. And it really sucks because the fans were over with him. And I don't know if you saw the video, but he shared a story with R-Truth. And R-Truth had a conversation, a deep combo with them, and said, look, man, you may not have won any titles, under your wing. But the one thing you did win is you did win the fans' title. They chose you.
They really did.
Yeah. And that's hard to do, actually. And if someone's going to say that from you, it would be R-Truth himself, because he was in the same boat. And now, here's the thing. Could this be a work? What do you think, my man?
Honestly, dude, if it's a work, they know how to do it perfectly. Because you're like, he even said, one thing you guys never listened to was fans kept calling my name. Fans kept wanting me to actually go ahead and go forward. And you never let the fans do it. Okay. So that should, you guys should have been listening to the fans, because the fans know what they want.
Okay. So if it's a work in general, My thing is, it still has a lot of bad creative booking. So that's the issue with it, man. It's just that the last couple of weeks with Karrion Kross, there's just nothing developing for him.
I mean, he had a little thing with Sammy going on for a bit, but not.
And then he lost. And there was a lot of fans backing up. The thing is, they were backing up
I had
Kross.
Karrion winning. I had Karrion winning. By the way, another comment. This is from Mija. This is from my girl's daughter. Hi, Mija.
Hello, thanks for joining.
Appreciate the comment.
Yep. So that's the thing, man. It's the creative is sucks. It really does. If he comes back, what is there for him? What is he gonna do? Is he still gonna feud with Sami Zayn? I mean, like,
Well, Sammy just moved to like a random feud now with Solo.
which don't even want to get into it right now. My point is, there was creative discussions a while back. If you watch the video, Logan Paul wanted him into his storyline, and Logan Paul vouched for Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross had nothing but high praise for Logan Paul, and he wanted him during that whole Mania stint with AJ Styles. And honestly, it looked like for a second, if you remember that stint, where AJ says, if you don't like these part-timers, how about you do it yourself? You know, get rid of them yourself. And he thought about it, and he kind of like, oh, that ain't a bad idea. But nothing ever came. I feel like I think Logan was pushing for something to do with Karrion. But once again, creative said, nah, we can't do that. So it's like you have storylines, you have things going on, but you keep pushing the man aside. But the man is over. The man threw that pipe bomb at WrestleMania. And yes, it was a work, but damn, you could hear the frustration in him.
By the way, Chopper Persona the kid. If it is a work, WWE would have to give it a proper time to truly make it look like he didn't sign. My opinion.
They would have to give it a proper time, yes, but how long is too long? You know what I mean? What if they gave him 2 months? By then, everything dwindles down a little bit.
I would say at most, if you really want to get this, even Clash in France is too far.
I think they give it.
I would say at least a week before or next week, even.
Could be.
Because you don't want to go ahead and do it. Clash of France, because it's already now too late. Because it's, well, you know what? No, actually, never mind. I don't think about it. I remember that France, the fanaticism, the fanatics over there. I could see them actually really pop for Karrion if he was to show up over there.
Okay.
So maybe kind of stretch it out over there. Maybe that could work.
Or how about this? Just an idea. He says he's accepting booking in the independent circuit. What if WWE just lets him go off, lets him wrestle, make an appearance, and then it makes it seem like, oh, this guy's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's gone. And then next thing you know, before Clash of Paris, boom. Like, oh my fucking God, I thought he was gone. He shows up
at Clash of Paris. Because again, those fans would be crazy. By the way, Tony the Kid, you said something. He said it could be Survivor Series. That's way too far, brother. You still have how many months before War Games?
I mean, he's gonna get a pop, but at the same time,
I don't think he'll get as loud as a pop.
Yeah, at the same time, it's too long. And then what would be the storyline? And that's the issue, though, still is the creative. And it's not just with him, it's with everybody right now going on. There's just no creatives, going on.
I feel like it's super predictable.
It's super predictable, stupid, and it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, that's the thing with Karrion Kross is that he had potential. They could have started a feud with Logan Paul, and that would have been pretty interesting because he kept, hating on the part-timers. And that would have been interesting to see. And I mean, they would have had some good chemistry, back and forth promos and stuff. And he, like I said, he gives Logan Paul the high praise, that he puts in the work. He could be doing something else, but instead he wants to be here taking bumps. So they could have had some good chemistry. He could have had some better chemistry with AJ Styles, but they ended that whole thing real short.
And just toss him over to Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, and then there's just so many missed calls, and it's like, bring them back, but what are you going to put them in? What storyline? You already know you're not going to strap this man with the Rocket and go for the World Heavyweight title. That's out of the question. That's not going to happen.
Oh, God, why do you feel like they're going to put him with the Wired Six?
But nah, they're not gonna do that either. It doesn't make sense why they would put him with the Y6 at this point. They already have.
Okay, so far this month, what's made sense in regards to storylines?
Well, they already have their 6, so that's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm saying like a feud with them.
He doesn't have enough people. Remember, AOP's gone.
I feel like people are gonna start you're gonna start putting a whole bunch of random people with them. That's what I feel like is gonna happen.
I don't think the Wyatts. I think they're protecting the Y6 because of the Universal Studios theme park. So they're still gonna want to have the titles, and plus it doesn't make sense. And I think they're. I don't even know what brand they are in.
SmackDown.
I think they're in SmackDown. I have no fucking. They were on Raw, and then all of a sudden they jumped to SmackDown.
Hold on, wait. Firstly, when the hell's a Raw? When the hell's a draft supposed to happen?
There's no such thing as a draft no more.
Of course.
Yeah. We got another comment.
Only title makes sense is the IC. Having him hate on Dominic and his quote unquote push.
Okay, so put it this way. There is supposed to be a match between Dom and AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Champion.
Again.
Yeah, and it makes sense for AJ to go over. And if he does, they could reunite, the whole, Karrion Kross versus AJ Styles feud. And that would not be a bad idea. Honestly, don't think that would be a bad idea. And AJ Styles could work with anyone on the mic and in the ring.
And hell, he did the cinematic match with Undertaker.
Yeah, he could work with anyone, and I think that's a pretty good feud going on for a couple of months. And yeah, he could lose the whole first match in the PLE, and then on the second one, he could go for the title. It does make sense. They should be putting this guy as one of the top mid-carders, and yet they still don't. Me personally, he's kind of getting old. I think he's 41. I'm sure he's 41. He's up there in age. You're not going to put the world heavyweight title on him as much as we want him. The reality is he's your top mid-carder easily.
I think at this point, as fans, we just want him to just hold the title.
To hold the title or at least win some damn matches.
He's 40.
Yeah, he's 40. So like I said, he's too old. He only has a short time left. I just wanted to see him to win some matches, to be on more PLEs. I think this was the first PLE since he's been on the roster that he was back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's sad. That's a really sad thing to say.
Especially being a Triple H guy.
So put it this way. I think Triple H, since he came back, has really dropped the ball and a lot of people that he had brought back and he has released. And there's a number of people out there already. And if he lets Karrion Kross go, he's just adding on the list of stuff that he does not know what he's doing with at this point.
Well, it's like, basically, all right.
You want me to name you some real quick? You want me to name you some names?
Name me some.
All right. It's going to be AOP, Emma, Anderson, and Gallows. He brought them back and they released them right away. Eric Young, Braun Strowman, Top Dollar, I didn't like him. Adonis, remember him? Yeah. And Dakota Kai and Karrion Kross, obviously, if he's gone today. It's a couple of guys. Braun Strowman's been on taking jabs at WWE, and it looks like it's serious with him. Like he's not going to come back at all.
No.
So it's been a couple of guys, and it's been a failure.
But I feel like at this point, it's all right. So here's my thing. I feel at this point that with those guys, with those guys and ladies, here's the way I feel with it. It's the fact that if you look at it, they have the Vince thing. Remember how we used to bash Vince like, oh man, if Triple H was here, look at how great these guys did in NXT. Look at how great these people did and blah, blah, blah. Look at that, right? Remember we used to say that? We used to talk about Karrion Kross. We used to talk about everybody in the Vince that Triple H pushed up. He brought them back. Same exact thing happened. Maybe it wasn't Triple H. Maybe it wasn't Vince. Maybe it was just them. And us as fans were like, we were so excited about Black and Gold NXT with Triple H. They were like, we couldn't wait for him. We were like, honestly, like dogs looking at a steak, like dogs looking at food that haven't ate. Like, dude, we want that to be done.
If that's the case, then why do you have a whole network backing up Karrion Kross?
I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, and then at this point, it's like most like they just sat there like, well, we don't know what to do with him
because again, creative has just been pure shit, man.
It really has been.
And here's Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that's where I'm just coming from on that point.
And here's one other thing where I think we talked about a couple of weeks back about signing too many talent. Once again, you sign too many talent, you're not going to give your homegrown talents any time. And that includes the big top stars. You know, you bring in your Logan Pauls, you bring in your, what's his name, Jelly Roll. You bring in all these, you bring in John Cena even. I like Cena. I get his final tour. But you're bringing all these top stars. You pay them a ridiculous amount. You put them on the card. You're getting rid of some of your key players, the ones, your future stars, the ones that could carry WWE with you. And that's what I've been saying for the longest time is that, and this happened to AEW, you know?
Yeah.
You sign in too many talent, you're not going to have enough time to spread it apart. And
even with their third show.
Yeah. And AEW is at fault for, they're doing the same exact thing. That's why they have those 8-man challenges, 4 and 4 on one side, because they don't know what to do with everybody. That's where WWE's at this point. And that's why they've been releasing a lot, because they realized they fucked up by signing so many talent. They got crazy.
I just think they got greedy.
That and just these mergers are not going to help them. They're just going to have too much talent overload. They're going to have to let some people go. Look, if that's the case, if my man Karrion Kross, Killer Kross is out, I mean, guy has potential in the world. He's not going to AEW. There is reports that him and Don Callis have a lot of issues because of Scarlett and TNA. I'm not going to go into details. Don't know if these rumors are true or not, but it doesn't look like he's heading to AEW. And it doesn't make sense for him because he's already frustrated with creative. AEW is not going to help.
Not at all.
Yeah, they can, but it's
For
a 50-50. Well, it's a 50-50 shot. They could strap a rocket on him and put him like Ricochet, because Ricochet is somehow striving out there compared to WWE. So they could throw him in the mix like that, or they could just forget about him like Aleister Black.
Black.
And even then, Aleister Black is not even really doing much. Finally starting to pick up steam, but for a while he was kind of like,
You're back. You want to be with your wife. I get it. Congratulations.
Yeah, there's just not much for these guys here and there. TNA is another option, but he's taking a pay cut.
A big one. And
he'll get creative control. And I feel like at this point, TNA is like one of those places where ex-WWE stars may end up going. And to the point where WWE's like, yeah, you can go to TNA. I mean, we don't care. We got a partnership with those. And whenever we want, we'll get to use you anyways. They're that type of company at this point. I think he'll end up going to Triple Mania as well.
Yeah.
I think he might even be there this weekend.
And Jay, I was want to say, isn't it this coming weekend?
I could see him being there actually this weekend. What do you think?
I see him actually probably being in Triple Mania, but like I said,
appearance-wise,
if this is a work, dude, hold them off until France. We as fans, we start getting more frustrated. We got started getting more upset. And you know what I'll do? What you said. Have them show up to a couple GSW events. Have them show up to a couple of indie scenes, whatever. Cool, no worries. And then at Clash with France or Clash of France, whatever the hell it's called, Clash of France, whatever. He shows up. That crowd's going to go crazy. Heck, we're going to go crazy over here. Because, like, dude, how did all this happen?
I think so, yeah. So that's the thing. To me, I'm going to go with the work this time. And I feel like...
Uncle Dave Meltzer did say that.
Well, he probably watched the video. Just like how we all did. And if you watch the video and you watch the psychology of him, he says, I don't want to go anywhere else. This is where I want to be. Yes, he has frustrations, but he never really went in and bashed. Like, there are wrestlers like Braun Strowman out there that bashes the crap out of WWE. This guy is talking about his frustrations like a normal human being, but he still doesn't go fully attacking WWE. So I think it's a work. I think he's still with the company. I think they're going to throw us a swerve. But in the end of the day, you're going to throw us the biggest swerve. You better have a fucking storyline to go with it right after.
Right out the gate.
No, just don't give us the surprise. The same thing that happened to Brock Lesnar. Surprise. Guess what? This fucker's not going to be around for a couple of weeks. Great. So we got a surprise. We got the whole holy shit moment for the guy not to appear in SmackDown and probably not going to appear for another month or so, it looks like.
Maybe coming back to Chicago.
It's stupid, though. It really is. This is the issue I have with creative. It's so dumb right now. I mean, it's the same thing with John Cena's farewell tour. You guys only have a couple more dates left, and they pair him up with Logan Paul. And I like Logan Paul, but it's your final tour. You have better wrestlers. You have AJ Styles.
I don't know why they haven't pulled the trigger on that one.
And they're not going to. It looks like it's ending. So that's the thing. We're missing out on quality opponents, yet we're given, for some
Cody
reason,
twice.
And it was lackluster. Hey, Cena, you should face me in Clash of the Parents. John Cena, that's a good idea. We're gonna do it. That's it. How you gonna tell me that's fucking great booking right there? That's horrible. It's fucking horrible, man. The whole SmackDown episode was just bad from start to finish, and then Raw was slightly better because of the matches.
Yes.
Tonight. Honestly, just the matches, but the storyline itself is still.
Asuka, I think, is about to turn heel.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to. What to call Roxanne and Neo had one of the greatest matches of the night. Really,
they had an awesome match for last minute because of Naomi. By the way, wish her a very speedy recovery. Hope everything was okay with her.
Yeah. No, I'm waiting for you.
I was just I was just gonna say wish her speedy recovery. That's it. Go ahead, keep going.
I was just waiting for you if you were finished. Yeah. Okay, well, I got much to say about that, but yeah, it was a good match. Really, these two women have great chemistry in the ring. Io does well with anybody, and Roxanne is the future of wrestling. You could just tell she's very young, but yet very talented. I mean, overall. So I don't know, man. It's just creative lately, just been not great, and yet on to the next topic, and this is gonna fall through line on line with this. And that is WWE and ESPN have teamed up for us next year, 2026 in March, it looks like, or maybe April. By the time WrestleMania comes, 42, they're going to charge us $29.99 to watch all the PLEs that WWE is going to put out there. I know SG3 was happy about this, saying, "Hey, that's not that bad, man. You know, you're only gonna pay $20."
I already have it 21. That's why I thought it was still the bundle. I didn't actually read the whole thing.
Yeah, so you can shove that bundle up your ass. Over here, yeah, it's not that bad. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, I don't have it.
But no one does.
Well, actually, there's only 5 exclusive companies that are gonna get it with their bundles. Everybody else is a toss-up right now. They don't know yet. So the whole thing basically is this: ESPN, WWE teaming up, throwing it out $29.99, and I guess ESPN is gonna phase out ESPN Plus.
Yep.
And they're gonna make one app called ESPN.
Yep.
Great fucking name. Honestly, you're going from Plus to just ESPN. Goddamn genius marketing. God, I wish I worked at Disney. But the point is that they're going to create this whole thing. It's not just wrestling. I guess it's going to be football, baseball, all that good stuff, you know?
They lost UFC.
I don't know. See, I don't know what happened there, but...
They lost on the Paramount Plus. They just signed 7 years today.
Interesting. Well, they got everything else still. Not all the NFL, but everything else.
Yeah, NFL Red Zone, so that's a lot of eyes on Sundays.
Yeah. So put it this way, they're going to charge us $29.99. So look, if you're a sports fan, great. This probably be a good deal for you. But if you're just a hard die wrestling fan, it's gonna suck. You're going from what, $9.99 Peacock or $11.99. I don't know how much whatever tier.
$7, yeah.
Well, it depends on the tier that you get. But I think I got the $8 one, yeah, the $7.99. But it depends on the tier that you get. You're going from that to $29.99. That's a big increase. And here's the kicker: there's been no word that you're going to get any of that extra content. You know what I mean? That those old Raw episodes, all that kind of stuff. There's nothing there that you're going to get it on ESPN. And you barely have some of that on Netflix. All this extra content is going to start disappearing. And it looks like WWE is going to shop around to another streaming service so they could throw all this other extra stuff that we used to get in one network into another streaming service so we could pay us what $9.99, what the network used to be, but just for one section of the old school stuff.
I miss the network.
I do too. The network had it all, man. I mean, for
We had it
God's
so
sakes,
good.
you had. I mean, back in the day, dude. I mean, I was a big fan of the network when
I
it
was a
first
big
came
fan
out.
of that. To this day, I'm still a big fan of the network.
Yeah, I was. I mean, back then for $9.99 PLEs, you got all the old libraries. Not
That's
maybe
true.
not everything, but all the libraries from WCW, Monday Night Nitro, Thunder, Old School Raw,
I mean, look, dude, I
SmackDown.
still have the app. It's on my phone. I'm showing it to you.
Yeah, so you had everything. Plus, you even had exclusive shows. Edge and Christian had a little podcast in there.
The
Smoke,
cartoons they had.
yeah, they had WWE Camp, which was pretty good.
It's funny.
Mick Foley had his show for a bit there with his daughter. They had a lot of good
The
stuff.
smoking skull sessions.
Table for Three.
Table for three.
That was a good one. I like Table of Three. Look, the days of WWE Network are gone. Honestly, it's one of those things that we missed a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my favorites. I used to just watch the PLEs and afterwards leave it on the back and just be like, all right, let's see what we can watch now, Just have something going in the back, watch whatever they show, because in the end, it's like it just keep going and going and going. The series just kept going. It's unfortunate, man. But that's the reality of the world right now, is that streaming services are here to stay and they're getting a lot greedier.
Literally.
And they're charging a lot more. When's the
That's
last
true.
time that you ever had a streaming service send you a email that says, guess what? Great news. We're decreasing the price.
No.
No, it's always been, guess what? Netflix. We're going from $9.99 to $15. From 15 to 21 now. It's ridiculous.
Literally. But Tony the Kid said reports are saying UFC moved because their pay-per-view buys were starting to go down as well. So TKO had to make a move.
Well, yeah, TKO needs to make a move. They're in depth. That's why they're making all these moves right now, because they need to recover all the money that they're losing right now. That's the reality. Is that they're losing a lot of money. They're in debt. They have already announced it, and so that's why they're making all these money moves right now, signing here, signing that, and we're the consumer are suffering for that.
Literally.
Alrighty, bro. So my thing is, what do you think of all this?
It's bogus and it's stupid. Honestly, because it's like if you don't have their streaming service, so you don't have DirecTV, you don't have Verizon Files, which, by the way, in the Midwest, we don't get that. We don't get Verizon Files. We get the internet, but not the cable service. At the end of the day, it's like, so you're getting all these other spots. You're just like, so if you have if you have your service, whatever, and if you don't like it, you don't want a satellite dish, for example. Well, guess what? You got to pay for it if you want it. If not, you're forced to pay $29.99.
But I mean, no offense. I know you're like the one only guy that I know around here that still has cable, but cable's kind of phased out completely. Like, there's not that many people that actually have cable these days. Like, it's all streaming now. I cut the cord last year, and honestly, it was better. I saved a lot of money. A lot of people are just cutting the cord.
I'll just say this though: it has nothing to do with the cord. For me, it's if you want to keep the cable, you have to do that. But if you want to keep the service, though, you still have to pay now $30 out of pocket. It's the same thing as paying for cable now with all these streaming services.
With the internet?
No, I'm saying with the streaming services.
Yeah,
it's almost equivalent to cable.
I mean,
because if you look at, you got HBO, you got Hulu, you got now, because Hulu's going to be phasing out too next year. Yeah, they're going to be now phased in with Disney. You don't think that price is going to go up to about another pretty $30?
Yeah, but it's still not. Cable's just cable, though. I'm saying to be able to watch whatever something I want, whenever I want, is still nicer than having something tell me you could only watch this right now, and then commercials and stuff.
I get you, but at the same time, it's still the same thing. Even nowadays with WWE, how many commercial breaks do we not get?
Yeah, but the only issue is that all that wrestling stuff, well, even the sports stuff, there's no longer in cable. It's not the same thing because cable. What I'm saying is cable is completely phased out.
Yep.
And now NFL's lost, NBA's losing, wrestling is going to lose. Basically, it's cable, And right now, AEW is going to be on cable TV for a while. Give it about another 3-4 years when their next contract goes on, and then they're just going to switch to HBO Max. I think so. Mm-hmm. And That's the reality. I don't like it. What's his name? The guy from TKO was saying that, if all these fans that are riding with us, they're gonna pay the $29.99 when we switch. And you know what? As much as I hate that fucking quote, he's not wrong.
Nope.
No, but you're starting to phase out a lot of your hardcore fans, and it's not looking good. And the same thing goes for the show. You're giving out lackluster shows and all, and you want us to attend and pay a fortune for these tickets.
Fuck yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
Ticket prices still have not gone down, dude.
well, there was a section of the dead cam that showed there was a whole area that was empty, and it wasn't a big one. But when they showed it, I'm like, well, that's how it starts. It's going to start eventually where people are not going to attend the shows no more. And right now, it's at its peak, and I'll give them that. WWE's at its peak, and it really is. But eventually, we're going to hit that wrestling crash once again. It's going to happen, and it's going to suffer. And someone's going to have to take the blame for all this. And let's see which one of the people in WWE or TKO are going to raise their hand and said, yeah, it was our fault. My bad for us being greedy.
None of them.
None of them. Someone's going to get all the blame for it. We're going to have to wait and see who that is. But as far as this whole merger happening, it's nothing we could do. It's out of hand. We're just going to have to, go with the flow, apparently. But hey, there's one good thing about all this is that with Nordic VPN, you could get all the PLEs and all the shows from Netflix from the UK. Just saying, just think about it, it's actually a pretty sweet deal.
Supposedly, those WWE is already starting to fine people $1,000 if you do that
on your TV.
Okay.
Not on your phone, because they can't find tracking on your phone. But if they find tracking on TV, obviously you get fined. But there's no way they could do that on your phone because, one, you have a Nordic VPN. You don't have an address. It's a temporary address. So, just saying, smart.
$80.
Yeah, it's better than paying all that crap. I don't even know how the UK does it. Get everything all that exclusive for their countries. It's ridiculous. It's nice for them.
Because they're not greedy.
Fucking here in America, you got to pay for every single thing. But
you haven't paid for it just yet.
But let's put it this way. On to the next topic. And that is another event. We have, the rumor has it that WWE's so for quite a while, we had NXT trying to compete with AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one was All In with one of the NXT pay-per-view in the morning, and then the Women's Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or sorry, it was Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure All In won that war completely. Attendance as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So now WWE is trying to fight back even stronger. And now this next PLE they're trying to compete, which would be All Out, they're going to bring their main event stars, supposedly, to go against AEW now. That's going to be interesting. One side you have All Out. The next side, we don't know the PLE's name yet. But it's been confirmed that they're going to do a date. And I think it's going to be in Indianapolis. So that's going to be crazy to see. I'm going to be interested to see who wins this one. Specifically for me, I'm going to watch All Out just because, I do want to see how I like All Out. I've been watching this since, day one. So I want to see how that turns out. But it also would be interesting to see what time WWE is going to put that on. If they're going to put it earlier, later, or around the same time. I mean, what do you think?
I think they probably do it a little bit earlier to at least finish around the time of when their show's starting to peak.
So here's the thing.
I can see that happening.
AEW usually does their shows about 4 to 5 hours strong.
Literally.
So how early can you really do it?
So let's put the start at 7. Start at 6.
That's not too early, but I don't see it that way. WWE's never really started their program too early lately since this whole new era. They always started around...
the last one like at 5 or 6, dude.
When?
SummerSlam. It started at 5, our time. Because the main event was done before 9.
It was like 9:30.
No, I'm talking about night 1.
Night 1? Yeah, I thought it was 9:30.
No, it was like 8 something.
I don't know. I wasn't that early. I don't remember. But
because it wasn't 4 hours, dude. I can tell you that.
Well, anyways, back to the thing. Like I said, no matter what, AEW is going to go hand to hand because they always do their PLEs a lot earlier. So I don't. How early can you really do it? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. They're just going to go head to head. So it's going to be the main event from AEW against the main events of WWE. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what PLE they're going to bring from WWE side. You have any idea of it?
Repeat that one. I was reading, and it literally says it starts at 5. It started at 5. SummerSlam. It was done before 9.
A little bit before 9. You said 8. I said
main
that's
event.
too early. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, do you have an idea what PLE they're going to bring from WWE?
For Indianapolis, the only one I could think of would be, because I already did say for Survivor Series that was going to be at.
But this is going to be in September 20th. By the way,
20th?
Yeah.
Probably Great Balls of Fire again.
Yeah. PLE apparently sold pretty well
because of the name. It's just literally 2 balls of fire.
I was being sarcastic, but yeah.
That's following along with you.
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what PLE they're going to bring back.
Bad Blood.
I could see Bad Blood, maybe Hell in a Cell. Hey, you want to compete with All Out, and you're going to have to go gimmick. Hell in a Cell PLE doesn't sound bad, but you actually have to do Hell in a Cell for everything, not just the main event.
Or another main event.
Hell, bring Elimination Chamber. No, wait, not actually. That's in February. Oh, there's another one. They're talking about Saudi is going to end up getting their WrestleMania finally. So, hell, why not just bring it in September? Call it Super WrestleMania. You know how they say
the Super Royal Rumble?
Yeah. No. It's the greatest
Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Now say Super WrestleMania.
The greatest WrestleMania.
I actually like Super because you'll have your greatest and you'll have your Super or WrestleMania Plus. I don't know. It's hilarious, dude. You could tell that Saudi paid extra to make sure they had the greatest Royal Rumble, the greatest inserted.
And literally for them to say it every 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, look, when you have all that money, you could do whatever you want. I'm sure the people from the UK are probably pissed off because they've been waiting for the WrestleMania for a very long time, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's kind of sad. It really is. They've been pushing for it, but when you have Saudi money, you can buy the whole freaking world, honestly. And rumor has it they're pushing for The Rock to main event that Mania in Saudi.
Oh,
but when you got money, who knows? With The Rock might come back.
I get it, but they don't learn, do they? They asked for Goldberg versus Undertaker. We saw the destruction that was.
Yeah, but I don't think you cannot compare The Rock to Goldberg. The Rock is a lot more safer than Goldberg.
I was talking about Undertaker in general too.
Well, that's different. Undertaker was just old. We're talking about The Rock, though. You put The Rock against, I don't know, give me why not go against Cody Rhodes?
Give them the match that everyone's been wanting for.
Yeah, or go against Roman. Either way, those guys are safe. Those guys are safe workers. Roman sells well too, by the way.
Here's the problem I see there. How do you insert Rock into Roman's storyline when Roman has a storyline with Seth?
It doesn't fucking matter. They've been doing these fucking storylines that don't make any sense. Why are you trying to pretend like Triple H has not done this dumb shit already, man?
True.
I'm a Cena. I'm a heel. But now I'm going to turn into a face. Literally his whole promo. Like, I fucked up. My bad. We're not going to lie. We fucked up in creative and bad booking. So I'm going to be a face now.
We heard you guys.
Same thing with Rock. Hey, I got bored in Hollywood. I'm coming back. I want to whoop Cody's ass one more time.
I could see that one even more than Roman versus Rock.
Honestly, dude, if The Rock just came out and did that, it would still sell because it's The Rock. And he could sell it so well.
He could talk.
I would like to see him do that. Like I want to be some jabroni's ass. So let's go to Saudi for Super WrestleMania and let's go against Cody. I'm going to bring that Mama Rose belt and start smacking away with it. Not a bad idea.
Still doesn't remember the board.
Still will sell. Still would be a main event caliber. I will still watch.
It's the final boss.
It's the final boss. Nothing could beat the final boss. That's the thing. And as much shit as we give The Rock, though, The guy could sell.
He really can.
Yeah, and honestly, the whole if you watch Unreal from Netflix, I don't even know if I believe the whole rumors of The Rock wanting Cody to go heel right away, because his first thought that he wanted to turn heel was actually Kevin Owens. He said it himself during the documentary. I wanted Owens to turn heel, but they wanted Cena. They didn't really mention Cody.
Mm.
So here's the issue, man. There's a lot of shit out there. We're getting false information.
What do you believe now, though?
Nobody knows, because it's the same thing when Triple H said, look, when it came to Brock, Cena was pushing for it. And since this is a retirement tour, we gave it to him. 2 days later, Cena said, no, I'm just giving whatever they give me. I run with it.
Literally.
So there's a lot of false reports out there about a lot of things. I don't even know anymore what to believe when things are said. It's the same thing with R-Truth.
Literally.
It's the same thing with R-Truth, with him saying that Triple H was saying it's all a work, all part of the show. And his son said, no, you, the fans, brought us back. He got fired. His dad got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I said, when it comes to creative, at this point, you could do whatever you want. It's a Saudi show. Here's the thing. Have you not noticed one thing? The Saudi shows, in a way, are really not canon to the product.
Mm-mm.
They're just, the guy's like, I want this guy and that guy to face each other. Go ahead.
Here's $1 million.
It's not canon. It really isn't. I mean, think about it. Braun Strowman is their fucking champion right now. I forgot what title he holds for already. He still holds it. A lot of their things are not canon. It doesn't matter. I mean, maybe now it's starting to a little bit, but it just really doesn't matter. It's not canon to the product. It really isn't.
It
So
never was.
that's the thing. It doesn't have to make sense.
Honestly, dude, when it was Crown Jewel, we knew what it was. Society said, look, guys, we want you guys to come over. Here's a few billion. Bring them on over.
Yeah.
Literally. And Vince was like, all right. Doesn't matter. We want to see Shawn Michaels and Triple H versus the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah. I mean,
there it was.
Their last PLE wasn't that bad.
It's been picking up. It's starting to become canon. But at first, though, there was nothing canon about it.
They had the one guy, I think, did he win the Rumble, or was that Braun Strowman?
That was Braun.
There was one guy that it was a hometown that won an event from them. And I don't know who the hell he was, but it was one of those people that they wanted to strap out to the rocket ship, and nothing ever happened with them. But yeah, I mean, look, they're gonna get their Super WrestleMania. They're gonna probably get a SummerSlam.
Super SummerSlam.
They're gonna call it SummerSlam Fest. You gotta get creative with these titles, man. You can't just put the greatest and super and everything. You gotta get creative, man. They call it SummerSlam Fest or Hulkamania Fest. I don't know. It's like they're gonna come out with some creative stuff, man. But they're gonna get their stuff. I don't know when they're gonna do it. If WWE's smart, they'll spread it apart. WrestleMania is WrestleMania. About around this time in September, Super WrestleMania makes more sense. Why have it WrestleMania a month or 2 months later, Saudi WrestleMania? It doesn't make any sense.
You'll put your crown jewel there.
Yeah, you want to spread it apart. You want to make this work, but then we're having too much PLE fatigue at some point too.
Again.
Yeah, and this happened quite a while back with Vince McMahon having a PLE every 2 weeks. It was back to back. It was getting really,
That was when they actually did go with the
Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire, but also during 2019.
Yeah, they had some pretty bad ones. And there were never bangers. There was just too much content out there. I mean, sometimes they had bangers, but it wasn't all great all the time. NXT was really at its peak with Black and Gold, though.
It really was.
We got a comment.
We got a comment. Listen, I apologize. I'm probably going to butcher your name, and I definitely apologize. But hi, guys. This is from Shabib Caesar. How you doing? Hello. Thank you for the comment. We appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us tonight. If you have any input, hey, please let us know, man. We're talking about Saudi and their WrestleMania that they're about to get.
Sorry, you know what? Shihab Caesar.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's going to happen. But like I said, they want The Rock. They're going to get The Rock, I feel like. And since he's part of the board members, he's going to have to, go with it. And like I said, it doesn't have to make sense for him to come back, face a Cody or a Roman, if that makes sense as a main event. And look, if we're not going to get it at the actual WrestleMania, I still want to see it eventually. Personally, as a fan, finish the story. Even if it isn't a Saudi, just finish the damn story already and move on.
Maybe they could probably switch it and do a Seth and Rock versus Roman and Cody.
Yeah, I guess. But then,
it's the only thing I can think right now. Like, that kind of also can make sense.
But that's the thing. Technically, they have no ties together. What have they shared in common?
At this point, it's like, you know what? I decided to call on somebody else to help me to put my guys together because they haven't been doing so well. Because that's what they keep talking about, like that they're starting to mesh. But because that's where they dropped a lot today when they were having the match with Bronson and Braun. It was like they're starting to do well. They're starting to pick together well. So it's like maybe set before September. Hey guys, I'm gonna make a quick phone. I mean, do them calls that they have outside. It's like, hey, yeah, all right, cool.
But that's the thing though. Seth said it when he first started this whole group that he doesn't want the old timers. That's why he kind of recruited all these young recruits. It doesn't really make sense for him to team up with the older versions of the past. Because that's a lot of people's idea is The Rock is calling the shots, but it's never been confirmed, not even close. And if anything, you would think The Rock has more something against Seth because he went against Seth at WrestleMania. They went against each other at WrestleMania, technically. I don't know, dude. I really just see one thing, and that's just The Rock main eventing. It doesn't have to look flashy. No Saudi main event has
ever looked flashy.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few, and I'm gonna give Gunther and Orton.
That was good.
What was the other one? Cena and CM Punk.
That one was good.
Okay, now they're starting to pick up. Dude, The Rock and Roman would be great. Cody versus The Rock is going to be great. And that's because these guys are going to protect The Rock. They're going to make him look good. And The Rock's no Goldberg. The Rock's no Taker.
No Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yes, he has limitations, but he doesn't have to do a lot. He just got to do more taunting, slow the match, sell the pace. That's all he has to do. Hell, I'm going to throw another one. The Rock versus CM Punk. That would be decent.
Hell, The Rock versus John Cena, finally, like, who's the greatest of all time? I mean, Final Boss versus never seen before 17.
The GOAT.
Yeah. Why? Who is the GOAT?
Yeah, the
Final Boss or 17.
Yeah.
Why not? Listen, you have one. I have one. Super WrestleMania. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, The Rock main event, there's a lot of guys. And I'm not saying The Rock is going to put up a great show, but I'm not going to say it's going to be a 5-star. It might just be 3. But it's going to go 3.5 because it's The Rock.
Literally.
Yeah, it's The Rock. Yeah. So,
People Champ versus GOAT, that's cool. You see right there, I'm telling you, they both have one victory against each other at WrestleMania. So, Super WrestleMania, let's go ahead and make it happen.
And that's up to, but that's what I'm saying. That's up to if they're really going to go with the PLE soon. Now, because if Cena's retiring, I believe Cena, he's not going to come back ever.
Nah, he's not good.
He's done after this. But if they're not going to do it this year, I guess we're going to have to go with one of the other 3. That makes sense. Because after that, there's not that much star power.
Nah, because he won't go for LA Knight.
That would be nice. That's a dream match, but he won't do it.
Nah.
And besides LA Knight, who else is there?
Nobody else.
Well, you're going to bring back Stone Cold. I wouldn't doubt the Saudi prince that wants Stone Cold Steve Austin. But now, no matter what, no money's going to bring Stone Cold back for that match. Even Stone Cold knows that that's going to be a horrible match for him. But that guy is not able to move like he used to. Look, I'm not against it. I'm actually interested to see a Super WrestleMania because it just seems interesting. It seems
the concept's going to be fun today.
Yeah, but we've got to get more than 5 matches. I don't want to see 5 fucking matches for Super WrestleMania. Give us 10. I mean, give us 7.
15. Damn it.
Yeah, give us 7 to 8. If you're gonna do 2 nights, fine, do whatever you want. But give us, if it's just gonna be one night, give us 8. Make it seem like a WrestleMania. Give us that moment. Not against it, really not. I mean, I should be, but it's just not really against it, man. I kind of want to see it.
Because that's the only thing that's actually saving WWE right now is this just random gimmick ass matches.
I mean, honestly, it could be a really great PLE because some of the Saudis shows has been pretty decent. I don't think it's been bad lately.
No, they haven't.
The first ones were kind of, but I guess I feel
Again,
like
I said, because we just said they weren't canon, they were just like tossed together, and it was just like, all right, cool.
comment.
Same thing. Shihab, with both Sammy and LA Knight desperate for first world title, do you think their paths might collide?
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah, yeah, and this whole thing where Sammy's really trying to capture the gold, and I think that might happen next year, sometime either before Mania or during Mania.
2026, year Sammy.
Yeah, they could be the year for the Sammy, and honestly, it's about time. I think they will cross path. And it will be a good match between both of them. Who would I have go over? LA Knight. Because you still want to build that underdog story for Sammy.
Yeah.
Make him look weak. Make him look he's never going to get there. Make him win the Rumble. By luck. No one believes him. People call him weak.
I mean, they just did it with Jay.
Man, what you got against Jay, man? It's always bashing Jay all the time with the Rumble win and the title.
Because you had Jay winning the Royal Rumble? Okay, cool.
I did. I was there, unlike you.
Yeah, sure.
I was yeeting the whole time.
Go ahead and yeet right now, then.
Yeet.
Yeah, the weakest yeet I've ever seen.
Yeet. Hey, you seen the commercials? He doesn't go yeet. He just goes yeet. Same thing. The same energy that Jay gives is the same energy I give you. But overall, seriously though, Sammy, I can see him winning the Rumble. I feel like he has to lose a couple of matches more, make him look more of the underdog. That way it makes him look not believable when he wins the title. And when he finally does, that whole crowd is going to pop really
like
loud.
Mick Foley one?
Yeah. Could be that, or it could be when Dolph Ziggler. What a fucking moment that was, dude, when he cashed in.
Monday after WrestleMania.
Dude, he got the biggest pop that I could remember.
He really did.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of times, dude, I'm ready for that. I really am. I'm not the biggest Sami Zayn fan, but I do want to see him win the title.
He deserves it.
Yeah. But like I said, have LA Knight go over. I mean,
he's now spring chicken. He's getting older every single day, every single year.
Yeah, that's the issue. But like so far, I think Sammy's beefing with the MFTs.
Yeah.
So
Tala.
That's gonna be a while. See, I'm glad they're beefing. So they can move away from fucking what's his name? Jacob Fatu. Because like I said, bro, this whole MFTs versus Fatu is getting fucking old. But then now that Sammy's beefing with MFTs, I still could see Jimmy Uso involved into the storyline. So it's a never-ending cycle of like, the Usos and Solo and stuff.
Literally. By the way, he says Sammy wins the Rumble, then he's the one who dethrones Seth. Awesome story.
Yeah. I mean that's the story that we're probably gonna be heading to. And it's predictable, but I mean it works. It really does.
I still see people like getting super excited.
It's gonna be like your Kofi Kingston moment. You know what I mean?
Daniel Bryan story. Your Daniel Bryan moment.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson, Kofi Kingston. I mean, look, put it this way. When it came down to it, it depends who you go for. When Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan, whatever you remember as, when he won his moment, people were cheering. Yes, everybody was feel good. But when Kofi Kingston won, you had seen people actually cry in the crowd for this guy winning.
Even WWE wrestlers in the back crying.
Yeah, because it was the underdog. It was an actual underdog story.
11 years, everything.
Yeah.
Heck, right away, Xavier Woods went to Instagram. This is what we talk about when we talk about power positivity. Mm-hmm. It's a person who literally got shot down for 11 years to finally have his moment. Right. And we don't care the fact that we don't win one. We wanted our friend to win it.
And the guy who put him over was none other than Daniel Bryan.
Yep, another underdog.
Yeah, so he, that was also his idea. Like, he vouched for him, sure. Like, hey, no, you got to put the title on this guy. Like, I'll lose. If you want someone to lose, I'll do it for you, because he was there. Mm-hmm. He was there, and the fans were over him. The same thing. It'll be Kofi Mania once again, and it'll be Zammy Mania or Zayn Mania, whatever you want to call it. You'll even have Kevin Owens come out. and
Kind of like
congratulate him.
Eddie
Yeah,
and Chris.
I wouldn't mention that, but that would just be like a feel good moment from friends, especially when Kevin Owens, it's going to be out for I don't know how long at this point.
No one knows how long.
He might not even come back ever again. He's getting up there in age, and
The surgery he had, who knows?
well, they were talking about it was already going to be 3 years minimum.
Mm.
So by that time, who knows? He might just come back as some sort of backstage role or announcer like Big E. But hey, it's all for the good, man. Hopefully, he gets something going with WWE.
Honestly, he deserves it.
Yeah. So, just a couple more things, real quick. Dustin Rhodes gonna be out. He's gonna have surgery on both knees.
Dang.
He's gonna get them replaced.
Okay, that's
the
good.
the man is up there, dude. But yet he always gives out bangers of a match. He went out losing his TNT title to Kyle Fletcher. We already knew he was gonna win it, but he went out on a banger of a match for the man of his age. Still gives out great matches. Honestly, dude.
It's because he really took care of his career. He really did take care of his career.
He's really underrated, man. Because right away you think of Dusty, you think of Cody, but yeah, we put Dustin Rhodes with Goldust, which yes was a great character, but as a wrestler, the guy was good. The
Yeah, he
guy's
really was,
great.
honestly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, people really underrate.
Do you know who reminds me of him though? And nowadays, The Miz.
The Miz.
Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Honestly, dude, because The Miz is such a safe wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Goldust. Same thing with Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
Safe guys don't hardly ever got injured. You hardly ever heard Goldust say, "Guys, gotta give this up because I'm having a whatever." You never heard that story ever in his whole career he's had. Even nowadays, with hardcore matches, never you hear him say, "Have to go ahead and get this fixed or forget that fixed or whatever." It's always just been cool, man. I'm in for it.
Yeah. Plus, you had Dustin Rhodes got his feel good moment at All In
With his brother.
No, All In recently.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, when he won the TNT title.
Literally, yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
Nope.
No, I didn't see it coming. I had Kyle Fletcher winning, but it was to give him his moment.
He's been desperately deserving for years.
Yeah, because I like I said, I don't think he gets enough credit. I think he gets overshadowed, and I'm not taking away anything from Cody or Dusty, but he is one of those wrestlers who's been there for years, fucking since the '90s till now. That's
was with WWE, was with WCW, came back, took everything he got from that company, and still went forward.
That's 30 plus years,
literally.
So 30 years in the business, the man deserves a break. Hopefully, you recover pretty well. I mean, two surgeries. I think, look, no matter what, he'll have the 2 surgeries, get them replaced. This man is still unbreakable. This man's going to come back, still grab out bangers of a matches in AEW, and rightfully so. He signed a contract extension, a new contract probably, actually. So he's going to retire there, and they're going to give him a good retirement match. They will. As well as Gunther's out indefinitely. That's the news so far with him. So far that's been it that I know of. Let me double check. But what? Give me 1 second. What other news have you heard, SG3? I know. Okay, so one of the things too that came out was Austin Theory has been removed from the internal rosters, active roster, and people thought right away they released them. But the thing is that they're saying they removed him because he's actually recovering from an injury. So he's actually expected to come back eventually. So that's one thing. So, there was a rumor shot down because it's nice to see still that Austin Theory is still employed because it gave us all a little shocker like, oh no,
We did. We both thought the same thing when we saw that.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that Theory's still going to come back. And he's going to probably come back and surprise us all with this whole New Day and Grayson Waller thing going on, whatever that's going to lead up to. Nobody fucking knows. Because once again, creative is great. And then there was another rumor of the Hurt Syndicate having backstage heat.
With MJF?
Not with MJF. Backstage heat with the locker room of AEW. There's a lot of issues going on backstage and all this stuff. And they had something against Mike Ball, Speedball. And so put it this way, they had that, and they didn't want to lose the titles to FTR either, or Speedball, because they didn't like Speedball. That's what it said. They just didn't like Speedball, and so the rumor was that they want to put it on someone younger, and that might be true. I think they do want to put it in someone younger, but the rumors were shot down immediately when MVP posted a video while he was watching Speedball doing his little what's it called? He does vlogs of of
Oh, the vlogs.
himself. Yeah. So he's doing that, and then MVP comes back with his own camera and says, I fucking hate you. Fuck you. And playing into the rumors. It doesn't look like those rumors are necessarily true. And when they asked the AEW roster, they're like, no, I mean, we've been happy. Like lately we've been happy. We haven't had no issues. So it doesn't seem like it's all true like how they make it seem. Maybe they had a disagreement, but maybe they blew it up more than what it is. Because sometimes when you roll with something, you just explode with it. It's kind of what Karrion Kross said. Like if you say something, one little thing, someone's gonna grab it, make a title of it. No one's gonna read the whole backstory, but just see the title and go roll with it. Like, oh, this means he's gonna leave WWE when he never said he did. Yeah, that's what he was saying too in his video, that he's getting tired of that shit, which is true. Like, that's the thing, is that anyone could make a clip of Karrion Kross saying something, but if you don't know the whole backstory, you never said that. You never meant it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So otherwise, man, this has been your Windy City Savage show. Thank you for joining us. Till next time. Oh, yeah.